Whitney vs. California case and
John Rutledge
by Joshua Clemente and
Jake Jeter. Early life and family. John Rutledge Jr. was born on September 17, 1739. His father, John Rutledge Sr., was a Scots-Irish immigrant and physician. He later died when John Rutledge Jr. was only 11 years old. His mother, Sarah Poonhex, was of English descent. John had 6 younger siblings by the time he was 10 years old. Education. John's early education was taught by his father until he later died. The rest of his primary education was taught by an Anglican priest. He was mentored in law under James Parsons when he was just 17 years old. He eventually traveled to England to further his studies in law at London's Middle Temple. Presidential appointment. On June 28, 1795, Chief Justice John Jay resigned due to being elected governor of New York. Rutledge then wrote a letter to President George Washington suggesting that he should be selected to step into the position. President Washington agreed, which resulted in Rutledge being selected to succeed John Jay as Chief Justice. Since the Senate was not in session at the moment, Rutledge's recess appointment took effect immediately. He was commissioned as the second Chief Justice of the Supreme Court on June 30th, 1795. Landmark cases ruled on. 2 cases were being investigated while Rutledge was Chief Justice. Those 2 cases were the United States v. Peters and Talbot v. Jansen. In United States v. Peters, the court ruled that federal district courts had no jurisdiction over crimes committed against Americans in international waters. In Talbot v. Jansen, the court held that a citizen of the United States did not waive all claims to U.S. citizenship by either renouncing citizenship of an individual state or by becoming a citizen of another country. The Rutledge Court finally established an important precedent for multiple citizenship in the United States. Interesting facts. He had 10 children with Elizabeth Grimke in 1763. His brother, Edward Rutledge, signed the Declaration of Independence.
Supreme Court Case Number 9, Whitney v. California, 1927. Who was involved in the case? Charlotte Anita Whitney was a member of the Oakland branch of Socialist Party who also helped form the Communist Labor Party of America, which was charged by the people of the state of California with teaching the violent overthrow of government and violation of the Criminal Syndicalism Act. When did the case happen? The case was argued on March 18, 1926, and was finalized on May 16, 1927. Where did the case originate? The case originated in Oakland, California. What happened in the case? Charlotte Anita Whitney and the Communist Labor Party of America were prosecuted under California's Criminal Syndicalism Act, which prohibits advocacy of crime for political, industrial, and social change. And although Anita was charged with violation of the 14th Amendment, the Criminal Syndicalism Act was unconstitutional. Why did the case go to court? The case went to court because Anita and the Communist Labor Party of America were prosecuted under the Criminal Syndicalism Act of California and violation of the 14th Amendment. What was the Supreme Court's decision? In a unanimous decision, the court sustained Whitney's conviction and held that the act did not violate the Constitution. In other words, the court found that the act violated neither the Due Process Clause nor the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, and that the freedom of speech right is guaranteed by the First Amendment was not an absolute right. Therefore, Whitney was not found guilty.